You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did what I found out without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl.
Welcome, the randoms. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Let's get into these stories. Story number 1. Am I wrong for asking my roommate to call his parents outside our dorm? My college roommate, who's 23, calls his parents every single day in our dorm room. He never mentioned this before we moved in. At first, I didn't think much of it, but it got to the point where I couldn't stand hearing his parents' business every night, especially around 10 p.m. That's usually when I'm studying, watching TV, or playing the game. But when he gets ready to call them, he'll turn on the lights and tell me to pause what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, nah. Like, I was okay with him being on the phone. I mean, because at first I was going to say, hey, if he just want to talk to his parents, he want to talk to his parents. But I got to stop what I'm doing? No, sir.
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
I didn't want to be disrespectful, so I let it slide for a while. I don't have that kind of close relationship with my parents at 20, so it felt unusual. One time he even called them while I was asleep and later apologized. About 4 days ago, I asked him if he could start taking his calls in the lounge down the hall. I told him I shouldn't have to hear private conversations every night, especially when I step out for mine. I also ran this by my friends first and they agreed. He should leave the room for calls. He said, okay. I told him that if his mom didn't like it, he should explain it's because I didn't want to hear their convos. Then last night around 9 p.m., I came back from doing laundry and getting snacks and he had his mom on FaceTime, camera pointed at the door, wanting to talk to me. Oh Lord, you in trouble. I figured it was about what I said, but either he lied about what I said or she misunderstood because she immediately started yelling at me. According to her, I called their calls annoying. She cussed me out, told me I'm not a good student because I play games and watch TV, and said I never study. First off, how does she know that you never study? And how does she even know that you playing video games and stuff unless he's going back and telling your business? She even claimed my parents think I'm a failure for playing games. I wanted to clap back, but instead she pulled the I'm the adult, you're the child line. I paced trying to stay calm. Then she called me disrespectful for not getting on camera. I asked my roommate to end the call, but she overheard and got even more upset. Then her husband got on the phone and started cussing me out too. He said they don't care about me, only their son, and that their son will do whatever they tell him. He started yelling at me in Spanish and even threatened to come to campus in 35 minutes to handle it. Wait a minute, what is wrong with his parents? At that point, I just said, yes, sir, to avoid making it worse. Then the mom got back on and asked her son on speaker if I hate women. Why? Because I was more respectful to her husband than to her. After the call ended, I just stared at my roommate and he started crying and ran out of the room.
Stop crying!
I called my friends right away because I was hurt. I wanted to have a civil conversation and reach an agreement. But instead, I got yelled at and disrespected by strangers. Was I wrong in this situation? Obviously, you were not wrong in this situation. I feel terrible for you that happened to you. But I also feel bad for him too because he had to grow up with parents like that. Like, for them to attack you the way that they did, mind you, they're so-called the adults, right, in the situation, even though they were acting childish. But that's neither here nor there. You are way younger than them. And didn't the dad come in to try to beat you up? I mean, oh my goodness. Like, I just could not imagine what he went through growing up. But also a part of me is just like, he shouldn't have never told them your business because they had so much ammo. So I do have to look at him too, you know what I mean? But regardless, you are not wrong in this situation. I do feel like maybe have a conversation with him, kind of try to figure out why he was even telling your business, and also try to get to the bottom of, did he just say that you wanted him to take calls out in the lobby? Because I'm kind of thinking that maybe he went to his parents and said it like, oh yeah, he don't like when I get on the phone with y'all. He said that y'all very aggravating, y'all annoying. All y'all talk about is this, that, and the thing. You know what I mean? Because for them to be that hostile, I do also have to look at him. But the parents are wrong too because they're adults. So they say. Story number 2. Am I wrong for breaking the news that my father-in-law is not ever going to be cancer-free again? Oh my God. So I'm 27 female. My father-in-law is 62 male. He was diagnosed with a chronic form of cancer a little less than a year ago. Ooh, I'm so sorry to hear that. My husband, 32 male, and his brother, 32 male, and their mother, 62 female, have been part of the process from day one and heard the explanation I am about to give too. The cancer he had is not the aggressive kind, but will never go away either. Best case scenario is the doctors can stop chemo and some kind of immune therapy takes over the treatment successfully. They tried this for the first time in November of last year. Stop the chemo he had been having since the diagnosis and try to let the immune therapy take over. But in March, they came to the conclusion that this takeover did not work and they had to restart. Different chemo, different immune therapy. This is the way it will always be for my father-in-law. He understands this. The rest of the family does not seem to understand and keeps telling him he needs to rest a lot and wait until the cancer is gone to restart doing the things he did before. Simple stuff like working in his garden, but also meeting up with his friends, going for a bike ride. He told me once he hates these comments because they want him to wait it out. But there is nothing to wait out because it is never going away. Lately, he just starts crying whenever someone says anything like it. And yesterday he left the room. People were like, why is he so sensitive? And I was like, because his illness is chronic and will not go away. And you are literally asking him to stop his life forever. You all heard the doctors. Why do you keep talking about when it's over? It is not going to be over, ever. They all claim never having heard that before, but we were all present when the doctor gave this diagnosis. But maybe it was such a shock to them, they deliberately forgot it. So am I wrong for telling them? Okay, so at first reading that title, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like you were already wrong, okay? Because I was just like, why is she even saying something like that to him or to them? I feel like since everybody knows that it's not going away and stuff like that, which I think maybe the family is kind of like holding out hope that it will go away. But I feel like if he's already made peace with this, regardless of what type of cancer you got or if you got cancer or not, you should be able to do the things that make you happy. Life is short regardless. You know what I mean? None of us know when it's going to be our time. Just being honest, whether you have it or you don't have it, like, life is very short. Okay, so I do feel like he should be able to do the things that makes him happy, for real. And honestly, I don't think that you were wrong. You know what I mean? Because they do need to wake up and they need to realize like, hey, this is unfortunate, but this is something that he's gonna have to live with for the rest of his life. Just let him do the things that makes him happy, bro. Story number 3. Am I wrong for removing all phone tracking from my parents who keep using it to see my location for non-emergencies? Here's the situation. I, 24 female, am married and live in a different state than my parents. I've had iPhones Find My Friends app since I had a phone at 12 years old that my parents set up. When I got married, my husband found it strange that my parents could see my location once we moved out, but I just figured they would want it on for safety. Come 2 years later, my brother, 21, who still lives with my parents, gives me a heads up that my parents were judging my actions based on my location. I figured it would be a good time to remove that app anyways, and thus deleted their ability to see my location. This blew up into a whole situation where my parents are now saying that it was providing them comfort and safety to know where I was, and it was just a mishap and a bad day for them. Additionally, my dad decided to retaliate and remove my access from all streaming services he paid for and threatened to remove my brother from the Wi-Fi for tattling as well. They so childish for that, y'all. They real childish. Am I wrong for removing them from seeing my location? My husband has never heard of parents seeing their kids' location once they moved out, but my parents seem to think it's the end of the world. Just wanted to get other people's thoughts. Am I wrong? No, you are not wrong. You are an adult and you're a married woman at that. I get the safety thing, but like they're literally having a fit because they don't know where you're at. That's crazy to me. No, I do not feel like you're wrong. And listen, keep them folks out your business. And I get it, they're your parents, but I'm just saying, keep them out your business. Well, all right, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed these stories. I hope y'all been having wonderful weeks, months, years, all that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Share this video with your friends and your family, and I will see y'all in the next video. And I hope you're having a wonderful day.